Hello, my spooky darlings, and welcome to Streams and Screams, the online show thing in which I watch a film that is currently streaming online that I liked, and I tell you about it. Today, it is Christmas. If you cannot tell, 'tis the season to watch murder, so I'm bringing you a full list of festive frights that'll slash your way into your home and hopefully make your holidays a little bit jollier. I've got 12 gifts to bring, the 12 SLAYS of Christmas, if you will. Don't worry, none of them are birds. So in honor of Black Fawn Distro's newest physical media release, the Killer Cult Christmas feature, The Sacrifice Game, I've tried to collect a little something for everybody, just some variety, because it is the season of giving. So let's kick things off with the closest thing we'll probably get to a family film on this list, which is Krampus. This 2015 modern horror classic was directed and co-written by Michael Dougherty, who was the director of the Halloween modern classic Trick or Treat, and also directed Godzilla King of the Monsters in 2019. So in the film, you have Toni Collette, Adam Scott, and David Koechner, which on paper is a strange combination, but it really works. In the film, a boy accidentally unleashes the might of an ancient yet festive demon on his unsuspecting family. Man, you gotta watch your kids on Christmas. I feel like you never know what they're gonna get into. But yeah, this film is a delight, and it can be found on Crave. Next, I've got a dramatically different tone with 2007's Inside. So this is the intense and brutal New French Extremity version, not the American remake. Don't talk to me about American remakes. The film is directed by Alexandre Bastillo and Julien Moret, who went on to direct a cool little aquatic found footage feature called The Deep House, which is also pretty fun. As dark and violent and bloody and intense as Inside is, it's a wild ride. In the film, a young, newly widowed mother-to-be is celebrating Christmas by dealing with the aftermath of a horrible car accident. Again, recently widowed, when a strange woman develops an obsession with stealing her unborn child. It's a disturbing and effective home invasion fight for survival, not for the faint of heart, but if you want to watch this one, you can find it on Tubi. Now, for those of you who love a good inside joke, let's turn to Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. It is a sequel, but it's iconic.
Carpet Day!
Now, it is mostly a clip show, but that means you can enjoy all the punchiest parts from the first film with the added bonus of the bonkers, insane, so much fun, bananas performance by Eric Freeman. So this is Freeman's first significant role, and he eats this up. It's hilarious, impactful, and has just the right amount of slashy camp to make your season bright. If I was clever here, I would use lyrics from Silent Night, the song, but you get Here Comes Santa Claus because I'm a monster. You can find this one on Shudder. Next, I think I will talk about All the Creatures Were Stirring, which is a delightful little indie horror anthology from 2018, directed by Rebecca and Ian McKendry. Now, this one speaks to me because the main through line of the film that introduces each segment is set at a super awkward local theater production of an original play. And the former theater kid in me is traumatized. It's fun, it's charming, and it features a whole roster of indie horror actors that you will probably recognize, at least a couple. So, this one you can watch on Shudder. Now, speaking of indie horrors that you can watch on Shudder, I give you Christmas Bloody Christmas. Directed in 2022 by Joe Begos, who also did my favorite drug-fueled vampire flick. It's called Bliss. Christmas Bloody Christmas is basically a festive version of The Terminator if the dialogue was written by, like, a punk film major or something. In the film, our heroine just wants to spend Christmas getting drunk and partying and having fun, but no, there is a killer robot Santa on the loose, and he is on a murderous rampage. I love how relentless and, like, shockingly unkillable Santa is in this. He's like a twisted tinsel Terminator. It's great. You really feel the danger of this film. And if you know your indie horror directors, you may also recognize a cameo from Mr. Jeremy Gardner. Excellent. So again, this one is also on Shudder. So earlier I'd said that Krampus was probably the closest we'd get to a family film, but I take it back. 2010's Norwegian festive adventure film, Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale, might be less overall traumatizing, but maybe not. Don't quote me on that. This one's directed by Jelmari Helander, who also made a little film called Sisu, which I have talked about previously. And this film stars Jorma Tommila, Sisu himself, and his son Omni Tommila. In the film, upon discovering the real nature of Santa Claus, a young boy must find the bravery and courage within himself to get out there and save Christmas. It's a triumphant tale that's the perfect pick if you want some international variety without the extremity of the French. Yeah, it's on Tubi and also Plex. Next, I bring you Black Christmas, the 1974 R-rated Bob Clark directed Canadian slasher classic. The fact that Bob Clark moved from this to direct A Christmas Story and later Baby Geniuses, I have questions. It spawned not one but two remakes, but nothing will really quite capture the same magic of the original, which really drew attention to the slasher phenomenon before Michael Myers' haunted Haddonfield in 1978. In the film, a group of sorority sisters are stalked by a mischievous and murderous madman, which is alliteration, but also marks an impactful moment in horror history. So there you go. It's on Tubi. Following that, let's look at P2, directed by Frank Calhoun, the director of the Elijah Wood starring Maniac remake. Spectacular. This one was co-written by Calhoun with Gregory Levasseur and Alexandre Aja, who directed High Tension, Crawl, and The Hills Have Eyes reboot. In the film, trapped in her work's parking garage on the eve of Christmas, a young businesswoman must contend with a psychopath who is intent on sharing his Christmas spirit. This one tastes just like peak 2007's horror. You can find it on Tubi and Amazon Prime. Okay, next one. If Halloween hasn't scared you off from babysitting, better watch out. Probably will. This 2016 home invasion horror is kind of like a mix between Home Alone and Funny Games. It's just another example of the ways in which a child can be an unbearable little twerp. No offense to kids out there. This was on Plex and Amazon Prime. So Anna and the Apocalypse is arguably the best British high school musical about a zombie invasion. I can't guarantee it's not the only one though, but it's a lovely little film that speaks on growing up, yearning for more, and effective zombie killing formation. So if you like a little bit of musical flair with your Christmas horror, this one is available on Tubi, Plex, and Amazon Prime. What's that? I haven't scratched your itch for a ridiculous 90s movie? Just you wait a minute, because Jack Frost is next on my list. Not the 1998 Michael Keaton family film, though it is hilarious that that was released just a year later. Just enough time for the movies to get mixed up at a blockbuster. Surely. No, this is the 1997 horror film directed by Michael Cooney. It features an oversized, possessed killer snowman, really weird and logistically uncomfortable shower scene, and perhaps the comically longest disrobing sequence in cinema history. Oh, and a whole host of cheesy one-liners and kills. You can find this one, again, on Tubi. I feel like that was 11. So lastly, if you're looking for a poignant, dark comedy that meditates on the inevitability of death, check out Silent Night from 2021, directed by Camille Griffin. In the film, a group of old school friends get together with their children for an elegant Christmas dinner party, with the world creeping ever closer to total annihilation. It's lighthearted. Not to be confused with the 2022 action film of the same name. This one stars Keira Knightley, Matthew Good, and Jojo Rabbit's Roman Griffin Davis, and it's available on Netflix and AMC+. So, there you have it. 12 Slays of Christmas. Enjoy. I'm not going to mention any double features because I listed 12 movies there. That's a lot to pick from. So, enjoy. If you have any comments, drop them below. Likes, also. Subscribes, cool too. Or you can also find us on Instagram at Black Fawn Distro and other places at that too. Anyways, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, etc., 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 and goodbye.